In the near future, scientists observe a global dimming event that coincides with the appearance of a bright, mysterious line stretching from the Sun to the planet Venus. This dimming is happening at an exponential rate, far faster than any known natural phenomenon, and simulations show that if left unaddressed, it will dramatically reduce the amount of solar energy reaching Earth. As a consequence, this phenomenon is projected to trigger a devastating, planet-wide ice age within 30 years, threatening the survival of the human race. In response to the looming catastrophe, the governments of the world set aside their differences and come together in unprecedented cooperation. Recognizing the urgency of the situation and the need for swift, decisive action, they collectively grant former European Space Agency Administrator Eva Strat unilateral authority and full legal immunity. Eva Strat is empowered to mobilize global resources, override national boundaries, and direct all efforts toward resolving the crisis, regardless of ethical or political concerns. Under Eva Strat's direction, a high-priority space probe is designed, constructed, and launched to investigate the unexplained energy phenomenon near Venus. The mission reaches its destination and returns with groundbreaking data, revealing that the bright line observed between the Sun and Venus contains alien microorganisms, an astonishing discovery that confirms the presence of extraterrestrial life for the first time in human history. Eva Strat then selects Ryland Grace, a middle school science teacher with a prior career as a molecular biologist, to study a sample of the alien organism recovered from Venus. Although Ryland had long since left the research community, his background in molecular biology and his experience as an educator make him a unique candidate capable of explaining complex scientific ideas to a broader team. Ryland Grace discovers that the alien organism is a single-celled life form that consumes electromagnetic radiation as its energy source. Even more astonishingly, it propels itself using that same radiant energy, giving it an efficient and self-contained method of locomotion. Fascinated by its properties and cosmic origin, Ryland names the organism astrophage, which translates to space eater. Through further experimentation and observation, Ryland Grace determines that astrophage reproduces by absorbing heat from the Sun and carbon dioxide from Venus's dense atmosphere. These energy-rich environments allow astrophage to thrive and multiply at an alarming rate, explaining the dense line of organisms extending between the two celestial bodies. Scientists across multiple international research centers join the investigation and confirm that astrophage, due to its ability to convert and store immense amounts of energy, can be mass-cultured and harvested as a revolutionary new form of rocket fuel. Its energy density is unmatched by any known chemical propellant, making it a breakthrough in space propulsion technology. As research expands, astronomers review deep sky survey data and discover that several nearby stars have also been infected by astrophage. The dimming patterns observed around these stars mirror what is happening to Earth's Sun, suggesting a widespread cosmic outbreak. However, there is one exception. The star Tau Ceti remains bright and unaffected, making it a potential source of vital answers. In response, engineers and scientists collaborate to build an interstellar spacecraft named Hail Mary, powered entirely by astrophage. The ship's mission is to travel to Tau Ceti to investigate why it has resisted the infection. However, due to the immense distance and fuel limitations, only enough astrophage can be produced to make a one-way journey. The mission plan includes deploying small, unmanned probes called beetles to carry the scientific findings back to Earth. These beetles are equipped with advanced transmitters, navigation systems, and storage for biological samples, ensuring that even if the main crew does not survive, the information can still reach humanity. Ryland Grace is tasked with training a carefully selected team of scientific experts who will carry out the mission aboard the Hail Mary. Tragically, shortly before launch, the entire team is killed in an unexpected accident, leaving the mission at risk of total cancellation. Faced with a lack of qualified replacements and an urgent launch deadline, Eva Strat forces Ryland Grace to take their place on the mission. When Ryland resists and threatens to sabotage the spacecraft, Eva has him sedated and arranges for him to be given an amnesia-inducing drug. This ensures that when Ryland eventually awakens aboard the ship, he will not remember how he was conscripted. Several years later, Ryland Grace awakens from a medically induced coma aboard the Hail Mary. Disoriented and suffering from memory loss due to the amnesia drug, Ryland has no idea who he is, where he is, or what his purpose is. As Ryland explores the ship and gradually regains fragments of memory, he discovers that the other 2 crew members have died during the voyage. Ryland performs a solemn burial for them in the vacuum of space, honoring their sacrifice and grappling with the weight of his unexpected solitude. As the Hail Mary approaches the Tau Ceti system, Ryland detects an approaching alien vessel. He names this ship Blip A due to the way it appears on the sensors. Communication signals from Blip A reveal that it originates from the 40 Eridani star system, which is also experiencing an astrophage-related crisis. Blip A maneuvers to dock with the Hail Mary, and a momentous first contact takes place between 2 species from different planets facing a shared existential threat. Ryland Grace creates a communication protocol using musical tones and mathematics, eventually establishing a basic but effective means of interaction with the alien pilot. The pilot is a 5-legged, spider-like creature, whom Ryland affectionately names Rocky. Rocky explains that he has been stationed in the Tau Ceti system for 46 years, tirelessly searching for a solution to the astrophage problem. Rocky is the last surviving member of his own crew, having kept the mission alive entirely through his engineering skills and determination. The Iridian species, lacking knowledge of Einstein's theory of relativity, grossly overestimated the amount of astrophage needed to travel to and from Tau Ceti. As a result, Rocky's ship, Blip A, has enough leftover fuel to support not just his return journey but Ryland's as well. Ryland Grace and Rocky begin collaborating and eventually identify the origin of astrophage in the Tau Ceti system, a planet orbiting the star. Rocky names the planet after his mate, and Ryland calls it Adrian. The 2 realize that understanding this planet could be key to solving the astrophage mystery. Upon further analysis, Ryland and Rocky find that the upper atmosphere of Adrian contains a natural predator that feeds on astrophage. However, due to Adrian's extreme conditions, collecting a sample is dangerous. They construct a 10-kilometer-long chain out of xenonite, a specialized iridian alloy, to safely lower equipment into the atmosphere. During the sample collection mission, a hull breach occurs, placing both Ryland Grace and Rocky in grave danger. Despite the risk, the 2 work together heroically to save one another, strengthening their friendship and mutual trust. The sample they retrieve contains a microbial life form that preys on astrophage. Ryland names this microscopic predator Tomiba, marking another major scientific breakthrough. Tomiba's ability to eliminate astrophage offers a promising way to halt or even reverse the infection plaguing both Earth and Erid. Working together, Ryland Grace and Rocky conduct a series of experiments and use selective breeding to create modified versions of Tomiba that can survive in the atmospheric conditions of both Earth's Sun and 40 Eridani. These engineered strains are vital for planetary-scale deployment. With the refueling process complete and the data secured, Rocky departs for Erid aboard Blip A, while Ryland Grace sets course back toward Earth aboard the Hail Mary. The 2 part ways with gratitude and hope, having accomplished what no 2 beings from different worlds had ever done before. During the return trip, Ryland Grace reviews the Tomiba samples and discovers a critical flaw. He has unknowingly bred into the organism a mutation that enables it to escape its xenonite containment vessels. This poses an immediate threat to any xenonite-based infrastructure. Although Ryland is able to repair the containment system aboard the Hail Mary, he realizes with horror that Blip A, constructed almost entirely of xenonite, would have had its astrophage fuel consumed by the escaped Tomiba. Rocky would now be stranded, unable to complete his return journey. With only limited human food remaining, Ryland Grace must make an impossible choice. He can return to Earth and ensure his own survival, but doing so would abandon Rocky and doom the Iridians. Alternatively, he can divert course to Arid, risking starvation on a planet where the native food is toxic to humans. Ryland Grace chooses the selfless path. He programs the beetles to return to Earth with samples of the modified Taumiba and complete instructions on how to use them to save the sun. Meanwhile, Ryland adjusts his course to search for Blip A and rescue Rocky. After 3 months of travel, Ryland successfully locates Blip A and finds Rocky alive but stranded. The reunion is joyful. Rocky, ever resourceful, suggests that Ryland may be able to survive by eating Taumiba, which could be processed to provide a safe food source for humans on Arid. 16 years later, Ryland Grace is still alive, having adapted to life on Arid. Thanks to Taumiba and Rocky's assistance, Ryland has survived in an alien environment that once seemed uninhabitable. The Iridians, using data from Ryland's ship and a digital archive of human knowledge, construct a living environment where Ryland thrives. He now serves as a teacher to young Iridians, sharing Earth's science and culture with a new generation. One day, Rocky brings Ryland news that the infection surrounding Earth's sun has diminished, confirming that Ryland's mission to deliver the Taumiba solution has succeeded. Humanity has survived thanks to his sacrifice. With peace restored and both Earth and Arid safe, Ryland Grace begins to wonder if he should one day attempt the journey home, to return to a world he saved but hasn't seen in decades.